Okay, well, I guess we're back. Let's see. Can you even hear me? Properties. No, that looks right there. Let's see. Can you? Yeah, I can hear it now. Something's back, I guess, but I don't know what that was all about. Everything kind of got like hung up. It stopped working for a minute, so I didn't get any of your last comments, unfortunately, so I apologize for that. So this is, I guess, stream number 2 for the day because it got all messed up and I had to restart YouTube and my streaming software because something got all messed up. So, damn, we had like 20 people here and now nobody's here, so that kind of sucks. Kind of irritated. Kind of just turn it off and go to bed. It's a bunch of nonsense. I guess if you guys come back, cool. We're in I wonder, I'm gonna try it and see if it works. No. Oh no, that's bad. Don't do that. Don't do that. Fucking A. God damn it. I'm extremely frustrated now. So the whole stream hang up and things getting clicked and not working. I can't even go in there. She's not 107. Oh, okay. This is part of the reason why the people are leaving this game, right? This exact thing that just happened is that the game hangs up and gets stuck and then breaks and has a shit fit and doesn't know what to do because it's poorly optimized and the devs are pieces of shit and don't know how to fix their game. This is the problem. And they wonder why people are leaving. It's extremely frustrating to deal with this crap, you know? Every day that you go try to do Olympiad, you get disconnected and you automatically lose. Yet, they're not expecting people to leave the game? It's fucking ridiculous, actually. Let's try this bullshit again. Maybe you can have everything. See, it says golden altar. That's why it was. That's why people refer to it as the altar. But they haven't fixed the names because yet another reason for why everything's messed up. Yeah, all this for like 40 or 50 million. Yeah, exactly. Hey, I'll be right back. I hear something upstairs, and I don't have anything online, so I'll be right back. Okay, sorry about that. It was my son. He was upstairs talking to Alexa, and I heard Alexa talking. Super crazy. So yeah, now my whole stream is all messed up because the game hung up and then hung up my computer, which killed the software that's running. Yeah. The game is made for masochists. You paid for them to mistreat you. Yeah, pretty much. That is a accurate assumption or assessment. Crazy. That's exactly what's happening. At least it's back again. I'm afraid to touch anything in the client because it'll probably break or hang up and then mess the streaming software up. It's just like, oh my god. Yet when I record, Final Fantasy, I never run into any of these problems at all, ever. So, yeah, it's just crazy. It's annoying. It's crazy because sometimes it's just everything runs smooth, and then Stage 1, a new member, Ben Crab. Thanks for becoming a member, man. I appreciate that. That's amazing. Even in lieu of our streaming difficulties today, and the other days, it seems to be a common theme the last couple of days because my internet was having problems too. We still have a new member, so thanks a lot, man. That's awesome. I appreciate it. So, if you are in my Discord, let me know. Shoot me a in-game or in Discord message so I can add your role and everything like that for you. So thank you. I appreciate it. Many, many thanks. I'm very grateful. A cave with a skyscraper. You're right. Yeah, it is. I mean, it's night and day. I mean, it is so much newer. The newer modern games are just... There's so much more to offer. They're more well thought out. I mean, this game is showing its age for sure, right? That's part of the problem with L2. I mean, a lot of us have a lot of trouble walking away from it because it's like our favorite thing. There we go. People are coming back, realizing we're back online. We're back online. Things seem to be good. We're okay. Things are fine. Oh, let's get that buddy going too. Maria Spriggs. Played L2 and quit at Goddess. But I did check it out again recently. What is left feels like an empty shell of a childhood game. Maria, you are not wrong. It is. There's still some pieces there, you know. The sounds. That smack when you get a critical hit. You know, some of these sounds you just can't get away from. And yeah, it's good. You can now play New World for 40 euros. It's gonna play this crap. Yeah, I mean, there's a few games out there now. I haven't looked at. I don't think New World is viable to play right now because the queues are 5,000 or 6,000 deep, and you gotta wait a day or longer. And if you time out, then you're starting over again. I don't think the queues are worth waiting for the game yet. So once they fix that problem and expand and segregate it a little bit better than it was before, I think everything's going to be fine for that game. So that's definitely something. So New World is gonna. I asked the question. You know, there's a bunch of games out there right now that are viable playing. Final Fantasy 14, Elder Scrolls Online, Guild Wars 2, EVE Online, Black Desert. Those are the main 5, right? And they're all viable. They're all worth playing. They're all fun. There's a deep amount of content. You're not going to get bored with them anytime soon. Black Desert is what L4 would have been like. Yeah, you know, Black Desert Online is what L3 or L4 should be, right? Like, I mean, that's kind of the deal. I honestly play this game to hang out with people, good clans, good vibes. Yeah, I mean, I've built a nice community. It's fun to play with the people that are in my Discord and stuff like that, so that's why we continue. The graphics are cool. I still like the graphics, and I think they have gotten better, but they've reached their limit. They can't really go much further, right? Yeah, everything else, I mean, the major communities are pretty toxic. You know, that's the toxicity of the North American servers is really why I left. It's so weird because you go play, like, I've been playing Final Fantasy Online. I hope you guys checked out those series, and I hope you do because it's a really good game. It's worth playing. It's worth the money that you pay, and it's a lot less than paying and playing for this game. But the community is so much more like welcoming. It's like a warm hug, you know, related to a slap in the face. That's the difference. Christopher, what's going on? Welcome. Oh, all right, Ben Crab, I see you. You're in my deal. So let me add you. Let me get you set up. Thank you for letting me know. Does it not show? Oh, I spelled it wrong. Obviously, that's why. Are you not added yet? Did you add your role? Did you... Oh yeah, once you apply your role and accept the rules by reacting to them, I can add your stuff. So, and then I'll add your other roles. But yeah, thank you very much. I appreciate the membership. Yeah, the nostalgia keeps a lot of people playing or watching the game, me included. You know, if there wasn't such a big community for people that want to watch, I wouldn't. I can tell you 100% I probably wouldn't keep playing this game. I would just I would go on to Final Fantasy and just I would dive so far into that. €9 and yeah. Right. Yeah, it's exactly that. So I've literally I've bought all of the expansions and a subscription for more than a year than what I've put into this character the first month I started. And now I mean, there's content to still be had in this game. That's true. However, it's a lot of repetitive stuff. In Final Fantasy 14, I will have zero shortage of content to consume and to present for the community. It's vast. People told me they've got hundreds, if not, some people have thousands of hours into the game and they still have tons to do. Thousands of hours of non-repeatable content and storylines and places to explore, chocobos to breed, crafting, gathering. There's tons to do. You can really you can get lost in that game. The same with Black Desert Online and Elder Scrolls Online and EVE Online. You can really get lost in those games. This game is the same thing. It's very repetitive. A lot of us like to play it because it's familiar. It's something we played for a very long time. There's nostalgia. It makes us feel a certain way because of the sounds and this, what we're used to hearing and seeing and those types of things. So it's different. There's different things. I'll ride this train as long as it's on the rails, and I'll take it to the end station, wherever that may be. There's a huge difference. Huge. Well, I mean, even... I grew up playing Final Fantasy. I was playing Final Fantasy in my teen years before Lineage 2 ever came out. So I played 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And I bought them when they released. There was excitement around purchasing those games for the system that they were on at the time. I had magazines with the you know, the marketing for those games, Game Informers and stuff like that. And there was excitement about the game releasing, and they didn't. Those are some of the few games that I've seen marketed that didn't disappoint. They were good, and they've only gotten better with that community. The big difference is those developers and the people on that team, they hold many open forums for players and people to give them constructive criticism, and they listen. They take it in, they take it into account, and they improve and make changes based on that information, based on what the players want. And that makes the players happy. So when a new expansion or something comes out, every single one of them's happy to buy it. I've already pre-ordered Endwalker, and I'm nowhere close to actually being able to consume that content. But I believe in the game so much so that I've bought the 4th expansion past what I already have access to, have played. That's way different, and I've still spent less than I spent on Lineage in my first 2 months. Going to a quality non-mobile L3? Yeah, I think that would be misplaced thinking. I just don't... I saw posts for NCSoft about needing developers. The idea was probably to build their L3 team. But I don't think it went well. And I don't think that their Lineage 2 Revolution and Blade and Soul 2 was such a flop that I believe they're hurting. I don't think they're doing very well. I mean, they took over $1 billion hit on Blade and Soul 2. That's a big hit on something they were banking on to make them a lot of money. They're going to milk this to the end until it dies. Yeah, it was like Blade and Soul 2 or Blade and Soul Remaster or something like that. I can't remember exactly all the details, but it was a huge flop. Didn't work. And here's, you know, along with all the other things that Lineage 2 has not done correctly, I think Innova's done a really good job at trying to keep the peace and do it well. However, like the title of this video and stream is the market's really thin. You know, there's not a lot of stuff on the market. You know, things don't drop. You have to buy everything. There was an influx of new players or players coming to the server, like myself when I came, and me and all those other players snatched everything up, and now I'm trying to get level 7 artifacts and there's none on the market. Trying to get a superior Khalil's for a decent price, or, you know, Radiant Circlets. There's just stuff. It's not there's no access to get the stuff in the game without spending money either in the market or the store, and that's not a good model to be in. Yeah, Southeast Asia L2R now is like a big joke. I bet it is. You know, Lineage 2 Revolution's a pile of crap. So I went to go do it. I actually posted Lineage 2 Revolution on my channel. Looked at it, or Evolution, I don't remember what it was called. I looked at it, I went back to go look at it, the mobile version of the game, and you start at like level 350 or some shit. And it's like, wait, what? now I have all this SSR grade gear, and like I'm near, like I didn't understand what was happening because I was level 300 something, and you start like in the middle of the story, and I'm like, what the hell is this? And it was tough to understand what was going on. You couldn't do anything. And yeah, it was a big pile. And if that's the stuff that they're coming out with and doing, they're hoping they're targeting a new market, hoping that they can bring them in and recreate the nostalgia of Lineage 2 has made over the last 17 years. But it'll never happen again, because if that's the case and they're trying to bring that and make that repeatable, they're in a bad spot, because those kids are going to grow up not playing the game, and they're not going to want to continue to play the game just because it's some sort of auto grind. I think they missed the mark big time. Ronaldo, what's going on, man? Welcome. How are you? Like I said, I'm gonna run this train to the end of the station, and I'll probably drive this train off the bridge when it decides to go off the rails, until it's not doing me any good anymore. It is, yeah, it's very pay to win, and it's extremely repetitive. I gotta be honest with you, I struggle finding content to present without it being completely me just sitting in front of you talking about the same things over and over again, which I know other L2 streamers out there do that, and they're very successful. I don't do that. Yeah, I mean, it's a mild addiction, yeah. That's why I've had streams named L2 as drugs. 10 p.m., just got home from work here on the East Coast. Or in South America. 90% of the map is empty, exactly. You know how cool it would be to, no, that's not what I want. Be able to go level in the Forgotten Temple again. Maybe do a raid boss in there. That'd be amazing. Or go to the Orc Barracks or Windy Hill. I wanna go hang out at the Dwarven Village, but it's destroyed because of the storyline that they had. Why couldn't they start a new storyline and rebuild it? And then do all these things. They have the Mithril Mines. I mean, they have the Abandoned Coal Mines, sure. But, you could go down in the Mithril Mines again. Have you been in there for 10 minutes? Yeah, my security is really high. So, in order to do that, yeah, rules. Yeah, so accept the rules, and it will automatically give you the right role if you've joined the Discord. So it should present you with the welcome friends page and announcements, and then there's a rules page that it should take you to right away. And if you're on the rules page, you have to read through that, and you have to react by clicking one of the check marks. Now, I see that there's reactions on the top thing, but it actually needs to be underneath the bot. So there's a little green check mark. You can click on that, and that should help you out. And then I can add you once you have that role. which is all good. So, supporters. You have been added to the supporters list. My man, thank you so much. Alright, so we can go back. Click on him. And that's Ben Carr. On YouTube. Thank you so much, Ben. I appreciate the membership. It's amazing. Yes, dude, over 10 minutes. Have you accepted the rules, Christopher Murillo? What's your Discord name, Chris? But yeah, there's all these places that we could discuss on the map that they could just revamp and people could go play. But no. Yeah, there's a lot of the map that's not being used that they need to reutilize. It'd be really great if they did, because there's a lot of cool places I'd love to go visit again. And it'd be really cool to level in some of these places. Ah, there you go. I bet you can add now. Are you HQ Hun Jaggers CZs Christopher Murillo? I'm gonna guess that you are. Yeah, you're good. You're good now. I saw it. You have to, once you've accepted those rules, you should be good to go. Well, yeah, that's what I mean by revamp. Just, you know, adjust the mod level and all of that goodness. And yeah, it would be amazing. That would be great. I mean, who wouldn't want to go hang out in some of those places again? It would be awesome. I mean, that's what everybody would want. All right, Chris, we got you in there. Sweet. That worked out. Excellent. And if you guys end up joining the clan or whatever, we can get you added to those roles too. Yeah, everything. Like the whole northern area, you know, all of this stuff. Like the Monastery of Silence, Valley of Saints, Beast Farm, Ice Cabin, Cake Laboratory, Cryptids of Grace, Den of Evil, Rainbow Springs, all hot springs, you know, all of this stuff. I mean, there's Wall of Argos and the Ketcher Outpost, but yeah, like Staccato Nest. I mean, come on. Or where's that one place that I really like? Forge of the Gods. You know? There's so many places. Tons of stuff. But yeah, I mean, this is where we're at now. The Golden Altar. Yeah, it's too bad. I mean, it'd be really nice if they updated the mobs and gave us more places to explore. I mean, who doesn't want to go to the Elven Fortress and go hang out in there? That'd be awesome. Lots to do, but I don't know that they'll ever do that stuff. I mean, don't get me wrong. I still enjoy playing the game. That's why I'm still here. There's things that I haven't done that I still want to do. I haven't fought any dragons. I still want to try to get hero. I feel like I maybe have chances. I want to participate in a couple of castle sieges. There's still things I want to do. So the 2020 L2 is the essence. No, I don't believe it's for reputation. I don't think that's the case at all. I think the only reason that they're keeping servers online is because it's what's making them money. And as soon as they're not making them money, they're not going to keep these servers online anymore. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of stuff that they could do. Like, if they really want to make it, like, pay, and everybody's complaining about how many items there are and what's needed on the market. There's a store. You know what? Dump it all in the store. Dump everything in the store. And then go from there. People will still buy it. You know, I'd rather it all being able to obtain like from the market so you could go farm that stuff yourself, but they've killed the enchant rates, so nobody can really enchant anything. It's like impossible. So it's a different time now. It's tough. Yeah, EA does the same stuff. They just remake the same game every year. And they add this new feature that makes people want to buy it. Oh, Ronaldo, you're in the Caribbean. Oh, that's nice. Why are you playing this game watching my stream? Be hanging out at the beach, man. I bet it's beautiful down there. You know, they should give you a bunch more of these too. Like a bunch more. Give me 50 tries or whatever. No. They've nerfed everything, so it's tough to get all the stuff. Because I don't know why. I don't understand the motivation. I really don't. You've been watching my stream since Classic. Dang! That's far, man. How far back is that? When did I post Classic? Let's take a look. Studio. And content. NA Classic. No. NA Classic. No, that's not. The search on this is stupid. I don't like the way this shows. Okay. Let's see all my videos from Classic. Let's show 50. Let's see how long you've been watching. Episode 1. You've been watching for 3 years, dude. October 8th was my first Classic video for NA Classic. Dang, long time, man. Thank you. I appreciate such long-term support. That's amazing. I watched a video and it mentioned that NFS is in trouble as Forza and other racing games are much better than NFS. They made it so, yeah, they made it like real life. 1% of the server farms 99% of the Adena. Yeah, it's just like life. The top 1% of the people own 99% of the wealth in the world. Yeah, the only way to move up is with promos, yep. You posted Chronos before, not so. Yeah, no, I've been posting Chronos for a long time. My first Lineage 2 video was in 2017, so that would be at least 4 years. I think is when I posted Infinite Odyssey, the first episode of Infinite Odyssey I played on Chronos. And I started at level 1 as a Doombringer because it sounded cool. Did that for a while, then changed to a Dreadnought. And then started and quit and started and quit. A couple of times. How my content has not done anything different than any other L2 player out there that's started and quit, started and quit. It mimics the same behavior. I'm not ashamed. Get mad at the game, leave, go do something else, come back. Damn, I miss this game. Oh, then you've been around for a while then. Long time. Oh, the first Infinite Odyssey video? Oh yeah, that's in like 2017. Let me Google it. Actually, no. Path to Awakening, my first video was March 2nd, 2016. So if you've been around since then, that is a long time. This game is teaching us how the real world market works. Yeah, probably without even knowing it. Yeah, thanks, Ronaldo. I appreciate your support, man. You've been a long time. I know you've been here for a long time. That's amazing. I'm really grateful for anybody that watches for any amount of time. That's so awesome. Tried to start on Chronos and then realized I would spend 3 years in Blazing Swamp, attacking the same group of mobs as 7 other groups, and then I quit again. Maria, that was probably smart. Yeah, unless you're gonna spend money, there's no reason to play. I just recorded my video for an update for my free-to-play player. I spent 3 months. I'm 105 and 105, and I have about 200 million in Adena, and now I'm gonna go fish indefinitely. So, yeah, that's what you're kind of signed up for if you're gonna be a free-to-play player. With the blood something. Oh yeah, that was Playonera. Yeah, when I left for the private server scene. Yeah. Yeah, that was my last forte into private server times. Yeah, the game is a demo until then. Yeah. Yeah, I typically always start with a dwarf. There's few things that are better in a game when you can gather up a whole bunch of mobs and then go smack them all down with a pole in a couple of hits. I mean, that's pretty satisfying in any game. Buy the standard packet with 250, 300 euros. Buy the high packet with 1k. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, 100%. The only reason I'm playing the free-to-play account is so I have some content to present to see if it's actually possible, and it's possible, yes. However, it's extremely slow. So slow to the point that you'll lose interest and move on to other things. So yeah, it's not really possible, to be honest with you. I've played the free-to-play player for 3 months now, and I made it to 105, 105, and I've gotten my major skills, not all my skills, but the major skills that I need. I sold 2 mentees to make 800 million. I spent that 800 million on rune stones and shots, soul shots, and spirit ore, so I could run indefinitely and not have to worry about it. I built up another bankroll of about 200 million, and I bought a fishing rod and bait, or not bait, yeah, bait for fishing. And now that I'm 105, 105, I'm just gonna sit there. So, you know, next 3 months now, am I gonna be running around? I don't even want to go to town. I don't want to do anything because it costs 60,000 Adina. That's huge. You can't make that. Yeah, you could travel around in a bike, but now you're spending half your time traveling, going from city, and then no, it's not really worth it unless you're a paying customer. No buff pet, no. You have self buffs like these, but they cost spirit ore. You gotta buy spirit ore to use them, and they work, but this game isn't modeled to play one character, it's modeled to play multiple characters, so that's why I have an IS. If I need an IS, I go do that. Yeah, it's tough. So playing as a free-to-play player is virtually impossible. And with the market and no drops, they want you to be spending Adina and not and on top of that, they're not giving you the ability to actually make Adina. I can say I've made probably about a half 500 million ish total. My free-to-play player is an IS. Is. Yeah, I mean, a free-to-play DD, it wouldn't be any better than the IS. It'd be the same. I mean, if you... Okay, I guess that's not completely fair to say. If you are a free-to-play player and you are a maestro, you have better chances than anything else. Reason being is you get more than everybody else right out of the gate because of your passive skill. Superior blunt weapon mastery. Right there. P attack plus 30%. P critical damage, P skill critical plus 15%. Right there. You have an advantage as a maestro out of the gate. So yes, it'd be okay if you did that, but there's no other viable characters to play. Imagine a free-to-play archer. There's no point to even play an archer at that point. Yeah, it's just nuts. So could I have done it faster than in 3 months if I was a DD? Yeah, absolutely. But I didn't want to do that. I wanted to play an actual support and see what it was like. The most difficult task that you could do, other than playing a healer, I guess, but playing a support as a free-to-play player to see what happens. Yeah, 3 months to make it 105, and I have my Fantasia Melody too, and my Crippling Dance. So I'm still missing all the other skills, but it's not easy. It's extremely difficult. It's hard. I mean, you've got to have extreme patience to log in every day, make sure your character's up and running, and constantly watch it and not spend any money, and just do that for 6 months and see what happens. I don't even think you'd make it to 106. I mean, unless you got into a group and you jumped into you know, a clan that's going to help you out. Yeah, 42 million. An hour for 42 million, and with all the nonsense of the stream. Yeah, everything's going to be spent on Spirit Ore is not enough. That's why I said I had to literally sell 2 mentees to just fund myself that I built up. Yeah, soul shots plus auto, you know, all your auto buffs. All of these. Yeah. Like I said, I had to sell 2 mentees at 400 million each. I spent 800 million just to fund the character so I could go from 0 to 105 and 0 to 105 on both characters. So that's a thing. All right, let's go check out Primal Island. Yeah, they are a net loss. I don't exact. They don't expect people to play. They expect people to pay. Simple as that. Let's see. Can we run this like this or no? I guess we can. Can you box here in core? Yes, if you have premium account on one of your accounts. Then yes. But premium account +1. So if you have a premium account, which is this right here, you can see these pay points. Yeah, you can. I run 2 accounts on this computer. I run my 3rd account on a laptop upstairs in my living room. Free to play players can do way better. Of course they can. Can always do better, right? Actually don't like this spot because of the trees in the way. So I guess we're probably not going to get away from that. Forgot how wooded some of these areas are. Yeah, on core you can't. They don't allow that. It keeps the boxes way down. Whoops. Gameplay and content wise, I've always been a big fan of Interlude, but the more I played the Gracia epilogue and those really grew on me a lot. I think they were really good. I think if they could have really done something the right way to get them towards like this type of level of gameplay, I think it'd be great, but I just don't think they knew how to develop the game properly, and I don't think they knew how to handle the problems of the level caps and stuff, because it's obviously clear and evident that they didn't build this for long term, or at least longer term than 10 years like they thought. So, and I really don't think they have it now. They're still not making it any better. So I'm still a big fan of Interlude. I thought it was really good. You know, the catacombs and things like that, it was cool. I think if they could have done a mix of Interlude and some of the stuff that's going on in this type of new server, and they could make some sort of happy medium between them, I think that'd be best. Event items and fishing. Yeah, playing the market is the only way. Yeah, I think Grossi was pretty good. I had not played it before the Playanera days, and I think from what I could see, it was pretty balanced, and there was a decent amount of content. I think if they could have done something between, you know, the interlude and that, along with some of the things that they implemented here, like the ranking system, I like the special hunting zones and things like that. I think if they could have done that, and also kept all of the old school like crafting and everything in the game, I think that it could be really good, because there's people that enjoy crafting and there's people that enjoy playing the market, but there's also people that don't want to do that stuff and they just want to buy the stuff. So I think any good game has to give you the ability to get the stuff in the game without buying it. Like, play the game to get it. You know? And I think if you can implement that properly, either by doing fetch quests or doing different various tasks to obtain the gear or the items, or having some sort of crafting method to do so, those are all viable. And I think if they could have done that with this game and continued on the way it was going, instead of nerfing everything and just making the game a big shell of what it used to be, I think it could have I think it could have been a bigger deal, you know? Because I mean, how fun would it be to, even in like nowadays, to be able to build this entire, you know, build these sets all from scratch? You know, go find the recipes, go farm the recipes, go farm all the items to make the items, and then go make the sets, and then go through the ability and then enchanting them so you can actually go sell them on the market if you want to make money. That'd be great, and you should be able to do that with every single item. And if you can do that with every single item, the game's probably pretty good. And fair. But yeah, they've nerfed the game so hard, so much that they want everybody to play a Yule, to farm the same place and fight over the spots. It's kind of lame. That's another reason I refuse to play an archer, because they want you to play an archer, because they've made it easy for the archers to do what they need to do. So I refuse to play it. And I'll do that no matter what. Plus, I hate archers. I don't like them. They're not fun. Yeah, I mean, there's long-term delayed gratification for working towards something. I still get that playing this game because of it takes a long time to get to level 111, level 112, level 115, whatever. The items are, you know, ancillary to me at this point, because now you can just buy it all with money, so whatever. But it's the idea of actually reaching some of the bigger levels is not an easy task. So I still get that delayed gratification. And there is a sense of accomplishment when you spend a month farming for all of the items necessary, or Adina, or, you know, coin needed to go buy the items that you could make the item with. That's a huge thing, you know. Not everybody should have a dragon weapon. Should everybody have the ability to access it and get it at some point? Yes. Should it be easy to get? No. But what they've essentially done is taken everything out of the game so that you have to pay to get the stuff. It should favor the most active players, yes. And it should reward those for spending time and engaging with the game 100%. And donations, there are good ways to have donations and there's bad ways to have donations. I think Guild Wars 2 and Final Fantasy 14 do a great job of having a decent online market to be able to make money with, but it doesn't impact the gameplay of the game. It's cosmetic, it's mount based, clothing based, glamour based, things that don't impact the actual gameplay of the game. I have no problem having 100 different things to buy in the shop if they don't impact somebody having an advantage. If they want to look cooler or look different, fine. That's awesome. Great. Those are awesome, safe ways to add stuff to the donation shop. But giving players an advantage is not awesome. Yeah, I mean, look at it. There's examples of this. You know, the Guild Wars 2 community is large. It's large. There's a fair amount of people. And it is a free-to-play game, and it's not really pay-to-win. Are there pay-to-win aspects? Yeah, there are some. But it's not... It's done in a way that I think is actually, for the most part, okay. And Final Fantasy 14 does this even better. And I think if you can do those things properly, then any game can be good. This game could be good. But the devs don't care about the community. Otherwise they would listen to the community. And they don't. Because if they did, we wouldn't have a live stream talking about how thin the items on the market is. Yeah, I mean, games are a business now. That's part of my problem with games is I came from a time of games were innovative and not out there to make money. They were out there to push the envelope of what's possible in a video game. I remember those times, and that's when games were cool. Games now are not cool. You know, nothing new that's coming out is doing anything different than any that hasn't already been done. Nobody's innovating. There's some indie game developers out there that have done some pretty cool things, and I'm happy to give them my money because they're doing something interesting and new that hasn't been done yet. But for the most part, everything's a regurgitation. Nobody's trying to push the envelope. Nobody's so far ahead of the game thinking wise to try to make things happen. You know, I really thought Chronicles of Illyria was that way, but it ended up failing. Yeah, everything before, you know, even before 2000, they all were some sort of art. Yeah, they just had this idea like, what if we could do this? And then they went and tried to make that happen and do that, and then it was so cool. Now it's these AAA machines. I worked for Activision and Blizzard. I know what they do. I was part of the team. I know the process. It's all about how to milk the customer and get as much out of the game as they can, and it's the same game over and over and over with new graphics. So essentially what you're paying for is the ability to play the new game, and it just looks a little bit better every year. Think about Madden football or NBA 2K, whatever. All of those games are the same. They haven't changed since the 90s. They just look cooler, and they add some sort of weird new mechanic to make the game a little bit different, but at the core, it's still a basketball game, it's still a football game. There's nothing different. Nothing different. oh, they added voiceovers this year, but the game still plays exactly the same as the last 5. But yet they still make money on them every single year. It's all about money. It has nothing to do with pushing the envelope anymore. It sucks. But it does kind of work like that. There's been a lot of things out there where they just take the same code and copy and paste and then put a new graphics engine or something over the top of it to make it look different. They make everything, don't let them fool you. They have many repeatable processes in place to make these system pump out games quickly and easily and on deadline. Whatever happened to the we're gonna release the game when it's done mentality? This is why I still like Bethesda, because when Bethesda releases a game, they release it when it's done, meaning it's as close to bug free as any game's ever gonna get, and it's as polished as any game that they've created is ever gonna get. You know, this is why games like Skyrim and Morrowind and Oblivion were so successful, because they sent them out when they were done. And you know what? It's been, what, 6 years since Skyrim came out? Guess what? Everybody still is playing Skyrim because it's awesome. And all those people that are waiting for Elder Scrolls 6, they'll all wait, and we're all going to be happy to wait because we know when it releases, it's going to be amazing. And we'll all happily spend the $60 or the $120 to get the collector's edition or whatever and not even think twice about it. That's how people, I think, need to be thinking about making games. And if more developers out there were thinking like that, I think the gaming market would be a lot better than it is now. Because now it's Fortnite and Call of Duty. Ugh. Same crap over and over again. The cheap jump scares, yeah. Well, there's a perfect example of this in movies too. You know, the Bourne Identity, the Bourne series movies with Greengrass as the director. He had this way of filming movies to make you feel as though you were in the movie, right? But if you go watch movies after the Bourne series, there's other directors out there trying to do the same thing, and they failed. And it just looked like a choppy mess because they didn't know how to do it the right way. They just saw the success of what Greengrass did as a director for the Bourne movies, which were all phenomenal, and they tried to recreate that, not understanding the entire purpose or how it actually works to make it successful. So you feel like you're in that fight with Jason Bourne. You feel like you're in it. If you go watch another movie that tries to mimic that, you don't feel like you're in, you don't feel those hits. You don't feel like you're part of that action sequence. And that's the same thing with games. Somebody comes out with something awesome and very good, and then everybody else tries to copy and recreate it, and then it just becomes a watered down, regurgitated mess. Christian, what's going on? Welcome. That's why a lot of us still play this game, because this game was extremely innovative when it came out. This came out before WoW and after Ultima Online, and it was like, whoa, this is crazy. You're telling me that I get to play with all these people around the world? This is not the mother of MMORPGs. Unfortunately, that's not correct. Ultima Online is. I mean, the Olympiad system was new, yes. But this is not the first game that did PvP open world by any means. WoW was successful because they made a different art style, and their art style catered more to the American market than the Korean and Eastern style of graphics did. I remember the day I bought this game off the shelf at Best Buy. Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah. Yeah, it's tough to say. I mean, there in its heyday, there was thousands and thousands of players. It was crazy. I remember playing this game in long queues and waiting to get into servers and getting in the servers and launching into the Elven Village and there being hundreds of players. Hundreds in the Elven Village. I have fond memories of that time. I played this game for months, 12 to 16 hours a day, for months and months in its early days. This is when they did castle sieges. That was revolutionary. That's what made this game so crazy. Is that you could go on the battlefield and try to fight for a piece of property in the game, and against other players. There was no PvP like that. It was pretty amazing and very innovative. It wasn't the first PvP game, but there was some pretty cool mechanics when it came to that. I think if they could have... I think that another thing that could have made this game even more successful than it was is the ability to have player housing. If they could have figured out how to add player housing to the open parts of the map and people to be able to buy and furnish their own houses to present their trophies and their accolades in, and then have people come play with you or visit your house, and I think that would have been amazing. $30. See how many we get. Sims 4: The Chaotic Chronicle. Yeah. I lost all my characters when they migrated to the free-to-play approach after Goddess of Destruction. Or before, or whatever it was at that time. I can't remember. I lost all my characters. I was out of the game for a while, and you had to have changed, but I missed the boat to transfer, and they're all gone. I mean, Final Fantasy 14 is thriving, and it's a subscription-based game, and there's more and more people that are going to it every day. If you make a solid game, subscription-based works really well. And if you make a free-to-play game and then you just add expansions that you have to purchase, that model works well too. Look at Guild Wars 2. I mean, that's a very successful game, and it's very good. They're both very good. And with New World and Ashes of Creation, I mean, if they're anywhere close to what's already out there playing right now, they'll be contenders. People will play them, and they'll only keep continuing to grow. And games like this will continue to lose more players as they have more options to play on different games that they haven't already tried. Oh, PvP is huge in Final Fantasy 14. That's a major part of the game. It's also is in Guild Wars 2. And the action-based combat of Guild Wars 2 is really good. Really good. PvP on core, yeah, it's tough. It is miles apart. Like, although after looking at the rankings today, if I would have just went to go 1-2 matches, I'd be at 10-20. I'd be at the top of the list right now. I'll try tomorrow, and then I'll be at the top. And then I can maybe get some ranking points for the week. But you're on the impression that it's mostly PvE. No, not at all. There's huge PvP in that game. Killing raid bosses, doing other things. No, there's definitely PvP. I don't know what crazy extent there is, but I mean, there's a lot, and it's pretty huge. I mean, there's tons of content in the game, not just PvP, but PvE. And it's not like the PvE that you play. Like, what's interesting about Final Fantasy 14 is that, at least for me, is that you're immersed in the game. Like, things are so well done that, like, you're reading the story, you're investing your time and your feelings in characters, and you're getting a sense of that you're part of the story and you're following along and you're actually in the story is pretty immersive from that aspect. So it doesn't even feel like in this game, Lineage 2, you know there is a constant pull all the time at you to be leveling. I'm level 110. Here's my XP bar. It's right in your face. There's, you know, I'm 73%. You can't turn it off. You got to get to the next level. I don't feel none of that in Final Fantasy 14. All I feel is just when I'm in the world that I can go do and look at whatever I want and explore and be completely content. I have no pressure. I have no push. It's... Oh, absolutely. When a game respects people's time more than their money, it's and that they have done that. Like, you can lose chunks of time playing that game because you're just in it. You know, I'll end up playing for 2 or 3 hours and be like, whoa, I didn't even realize what was going on. Like, when I played this game for the first time, it was like that. This game is no longer like that. I could get up and walk away from this game right now and I won't look at it for a couple of days as long as I'm still logged in. If the DCs weren't a thing and my internet service wasn't causing a problem, I'd set my character up, I'd let it run, and I'd check it maintenance to maintenance. I'm 73%. I've still got a month of leveling left to get to level 111. And what happens after that? More leveling. More leveling, more grinding, more saving Adina, more buying and selling on the market so I can try to get the next belt. So I cannot be as much of a little baby as I run around. You know? I'm gonna get another drink. I will be right back. See you in a minute. All right. The game is now too much. I'm out. I need to AFK. That's how everybody is, yeah. Best setup to AFK. Best setup to get the fuck away from everybody else that's playing this game. It's crazy, right? Like, what's the best macro? You know, I need to tweak my macro so I'm more efficient while I'm AFK. Yeah, that's exactly what the game is. Not an awesome model. Not set up for long-term success. But it's no fault of their own. The XP becomes exponential, and if you don't have gear, you can't make XP. If you don't make XP, you can't have gear. If you don't pay money, it all comes down to that. I think in the next 6 months, year, 2 years, that as players get older and the server becomes more difficult, and items become less and less, that people will just start to move on to other things. They'll slowly leave the game. More and more people will slowly leave. eventually the game will die. You know, it's a sad truth. It's something that will happen. I think the game will always try to keep bringing back old people, older players, and try to get them to spend money. Eventually people are gonna... I think there's two types of people out there that play this game. One's like me. I play for enjoyment. I enjoy the game. I present the game. I show the game for you guys. I can walk away from the game and not think twice about it. I understand that the money that I put in is for entertainment value, and the more fun that I want to have, the more money that I pay, right? There's other people that are in the game too far, and they can't stop. They have to continue to play and pay and be at the top. I'm never going to be one of those people at the top. So I'm never going to be in that structure to have to continue to play. I can walk away from my account right now and be like, hey, the $1,000 I spent over the last 3 months, great. That was fun. All right, what's the next thing? Whatever. And it's fine. Legends never die. Is this a legend, though? I mean, that's the real question. Is this legendary? I don't know. Maybe. Who's to say? I mean, the game... I'm sure the game will probably live on in extinct scenarios, like if you want to go play Ultima Online, you can. I'm sure you can probably go play EverQuest if you want. Yep. There's still stuff out there you can play, right? Does that make them legendary? I don't know. Maybe. Or does that just make them extinct on their deathbed? Tough to say. Let's take a look. What does he say? Chat and YouTuber, subscribe to your channel for a couple of weeks. Unsubscribe me, and it always says subscribers 5 days or longer. Subscribed 5 hours and 3 minutes ago. Alright, we will turn that on for now. So anybody can chat now. Sorry, I'm just seeing your message. Legend ends when they lose the fun. Yeah, that's the ticket, right? There you go, man. All good. Yeah, I'm gonna turn that back on. It is unfortunate that you were subject to being unsubscribed. That's kind of a bummer. I'll probably make it so it's a day or a week. What did I have it? 5 minutes? Custom. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it the way it is. We'll probably change it. Everyone feels fun differently. Yes, they do. You're right. You're right. I had turned on subscribers only chat for a while to see how well it would do. We definitely get less people chatting because not as many people are subscribed, or I've played around with the settings. I might leave it off for a while, or I might turn it back on, but I'll make it, you know, 5 days or something, or I don't know. I haven't decided yet. I'm on the fence. I want people to engage, and I want to engage people, but I want to also protect the community from having people come in and just fire off random comments just only for me to block them minutes later. It's just a big disruption. Not that it happens often, but it used to happen enough to the point where it was really a nuisance. Not that it matters, but I was hoping it would potentially engage the community to want to subscribe so they had the ability to participate in chat, but it doesn't seem as though that was the case. So perhaps I'll just leave it off and we'll ban people when they're jackasses later. Really what I should probably do is just turn on members only chat, but then it's only going to be me and Ben and Evil talking the whole time, but I don't think I have the viewer base to be able to pull that move, right? Not everybody wants to pay. And I don't expect everybody to play either. Yeah, 2 weeks is probably a good idea, because then I had it at 5 days. 1 month is a bit much. Yeah. I only stream once a month, or I mean once a week at most. Sometimes twice a week if I'm really lucky. I had it 5 days, which to me was like, okay, well that gives them a chance to want to subscribe so they could see the next. Maybe I should probably leave it 5 days. I don't know. I'm on the fence. Now I don't know what to do now. I did not foresee the issue with somebody being automatically like being unsubscribed somehow. So I feel now like that could potentially hurt people that want to watch and participate, and it wasn't their fault, right? Like I don't want to punish those people. That seems kind of unfair, right? Yeah, if I can't control how YouTube is doing their stuff, then why even turn that on? Oh yeah, and if somebody, you know, you're scrolling with your thumb and then you click the subscribe button and then it unsubscribes you. Yeah, I get that. That's probably an easy thing that could happen too, right? And then if you're not thinking this as, are you sure? And you click yes, you're like, oh shit, well I didn't mean to do that. Or whatever. I mean, that's a thing that happens all the time on all different types of things, so I feel it's an easy thing to be able to have happen, right? Maybe just leave it open. It's not like we have a flood in the chat where I can't keep up. So it's not like it's needed. If I had chat that was just crazy and there was tons of people talking and I couldn't keep up, then it might be something different. but I don't really have the viewer base to... It was an option I saw. I tested it out. We'll leave it off for now. If I need to turn it back on, I can turn it back on. Yeah, that too. I mean, people come and they find me live when they come to my channel for the first time and then they can't talk. I mean, that could be off-putting too from a new person that's coming in as a... I'm like, oh, this guy's cool. I want to talk to this guy. And then, boom, you can't talk for a month or 5 weeks or whatever. I'd be like, fuck you. I'm not going to... I don't want to watch you now. You want me to be subscribed for a month before we hang out? Whatever. I'll leave it off. I was trying it out. I saw that it was a new thing. It obviously works. We tested it. If we get to the point where we can turn it back on, cool. You know? Awesome. We grew. Cool. I don't know if it'll change or not. We'll see. I'm just bummed out that I had two... You know, now I have 2 live streams for today because it glitched out and got all wonky. So now I'm gonna have to name them funny because it's like one. Yeah, market is thin 1, market is thin 2. I think we'll do that now. Heart 1. Save. And we can name this one part 2 later when we're done. That works. Alright, cool. Cool, 10 minutes. And we've gotten some stuff. We've gotten drops, which is nice. I'm happy about that. You know, we got some scrolls. We got some circlet scrolls. I'll try to use them. Let's see if we can. You're gonna get lucky, or is it gonna? Yeah, that's pretty much how it always goes. You can't even go to level 1. Like, it just breaks. So lame. Yeah, even if you 100% pay to win, you know, you get 70-80% of the items. And it's not like, no, I don't even have 70-80% of the items. And I put in probably a lot more than others, you know. What's my next goal? No, it's definitely not a cloak. I'm going to wait until those come down in price. I don't want to pay those prices anymore. Those are crazy. But I need level 7 artifacts. That's what I want. So I want all these +4s to be level 7s. That's the next goal. Another thing I forgot to show everybody is my skills. We have went to... Where is it? Passive. And level 25 on our physical attack forgotten power skill. Check that out. We added +5% skill power, +5% critical damage for attacks, and +5% P attack. That was a huge upgrade. I had 300 books, turned them into level 3s, and bought 5. We're almost 5 more levels, so next month I'll probably get another 5 and max that out. So that was a big upgrade. But yeah, you're like, you can spend what for a lot of people would be a lot of money. And if you look at what I have, I don't have anywhere near. I don't even know if I'm considered mid-grade yet. I have some nice items. This is a really good item. But like, that's it. You know? There's superior jewels on the market now. I don't even have the best. I have level 5 dyes. There's level 8s. 7s and 8s out there. There's cloaks I could get. There's other belts. Every item that I have can be upgraded and improved. Even this, because this isn't the top, it's a top item, but it's not an item that would be used at the end. A dragon ring and an angel's ring are the two that you would use. So this would actually get replaced with a dragon ring. So there's level 10 superior jewels. There's, you know, we have access to 20% of the content. Yeah, exactly. And it's a struggle. It's totally a struggle. Like, I'm like, what's the next thing I need to buy? I'm doing it based on value and based on return on investment, right? The best amount, the most I can get for the cheapest amount. Right now, that's level 7 artifacts. Those are huge upgrades. But there's none out there. None. So, and then after that, you know, I made this a grader today, so that doesn't need to be upgraded. But all of these are all upgraded, and these are higher jewels than I've ever had when I was at on Chronos. I never had a greater jewel. The highest I had was 4s and 5s, you know. So I also only had a level 3 brooch. Yeah. So there's tons to upgrade. Everything that I have can, every single slot has an improvement to it for me. I don't have a max item on anything at all, which is sad. How much Adina did it cost you to get your Seha's Talisman level 10? I do not have a Seha's level 10. No, sorry. Keep clicking the wrong thing. I only have a Seha's 8. I don't even have a Seha's 10. That can be upgraded. Everything I have can be upgraded. Every single slot. 100 boxes, 50 bill, end up spending 200 bill for a level 7. Good luck. I mean, making a level 6 or 7 is like impossible. I can't even make it a level 4. So yeah, this is, I mean, it's relative, right? You know, I've been on core for 3 months now. I'm going into month 4. My relative way of looking at it is I compare to what I had on Chronos, and I played on Chronos for 4 years, 5 years almost, and I have way more on core than I had on Chronos now. I've got a dragon weapon, which I would never ever get on Chronos. I've got I've got some really nice decent Agathions. I've got a full set of greater jewels. And not just greater 1s, like I have greater 2s and a greater 3. That's crazy. I mean, was there stuff? I had stuff that was on Chronos that was better. I had a R110 set. I had a Radiant, I think it's called something else there. Can't remember. I had a level 3 there, so I only got a level 2 here, but yeah, I mean, I also didn't have +4 of everything either. I bought it from a player, yeah. I bought the Seaz 8 from a player for, I think, 20 billion, I think. Something like that. Yeah, they're roughly 20 billion. You can find them for 18, usually. But yeah, it's all relative, right? I mean, yeah, if you look at what I have really good items. There's a lot of people that would be playing this game that would look at my stuff and be like, and I'm saying I don't have good stuff. They'd be like, what are you talking about? You've got great stuff. But for me, it's relative, right? Like, this stuff is barely getting me by. And there's things that I want to do and I can't do because I don't have the right items yet. Like, I want to be able to solo the Aiden 105 instances, and I can't do that yet. I don't even know that I'm close to. But the next thing, I want to get this to a +5 Radiant. If that means I need to sell this and buy a 5 for some Medina, I'll do that. That's an upgrade. The level 7 artifacts are an upgrade. My Atlas earring to +12 is an upgrade. I want to get a Blessed Antharis. You spent 200 billion on a Seha 7? Yeah, on Chronos maybe. I don't remember. I don't think I ever had a Sehas on Chronos. Can't remember. Well, besides death and taxes, relatively too. So, but yeah, I get what you're saying. So yeah, I mean, and wherever you're at in the game, there's always going to be somebody better, right? You're playing on Naya, yeah. No, you can't. Well, you'd have to reseal it. So you could reseal it and then sell it. Oh, we did it. We finished the day. All right. So there we go. Look at this. I got 1 Dragon Shirt Scroll, 3 artifacts. Look at those. So we got, what is that, 6, 7? We got 8 scrolls. Not bad, not bad. All right, let's see. Can we upgrade our book here? Yeah, let's try it. Boom, boom, boom. Damn it. Really? Come on, man. That's the other thing. I need a unique artifact book, but they're expensive. Don't really have any more Adina. I'm kind of out. But yeah, the next where are we at? All right, so we are here. Where is the auction house manager? There we go. I was turned around. So if we take a look, there's not really, there's no dragon rings, no +3 dragon rings. There's not a bunch of stuff. There's barely any, you know, other rings here. There's no upgrade I can get at this point. Even though there's many past it. I need a Blessed Antharis, but I would like a +6 for 30 billion or whatever. But yeah, I want that to replace my Blessed Exalted ring, earring. But here, look at this, arts. There's like nothing. Oh, well, these are added. Oh, that's nice. So these weren't here earlier, so somebody put those on today. Oh, somebody must have put a whole... Yeah, somebody put a whole set, +7 set out there. None of that was there today. earlier. So the market was extremely thin, but I mean, those are there now, but look at the price. Those, you know, that's per each one. And then you start getting into plus 10s. That's a lot. Jewels are overabundant. There's tons of them to get just because you can buy them on the market. I would like a vital stone. I don't have one yet. But yeah, 26 billion. It's a little bit out of my price range right now. So yeah, those are kind of the upgrades that we're looking at now. But and then I need some more mentees to get that to a plus 12. Do I have any? I think I've got... No, I don't even have... I'm not a mentee to anybody yet. I gotta sell this shiny jewel energy I bought. Get some Medina back. Let's go take a look at Aiden. What's on the market? So here's a full set of plus one, 255 billion just to complete one collection. So if we close out of this and we click on the dragon stuff here, 5%. It's a big upgrade. 255 billion for 5%. For power of basic attacks and P and M skills plus 5%. That's a lot of money for just 5%. $70 million per enchant for your circlet. I need 16 of these. 3.7 billion. And that's just to try for my level 4 seed bracelet. Yeah, there's like no armor sets for R110. All this R99 stuff. What's going on? Vision of Light, hey. Loving the game, 26 already. Lancer, nice. Yeah, I mean, I'm not even looking at dragon weapons. I'm looking at everything else, and it's just, there's nothing out there. It's... I don't know what they're going to do. Yeah, I've been looking a lot today for like artifacts and things like that, and it's just tough to find anything at all. Oh, yeah. So I got some upgrades today. Um, I made my greater red cat's eye in two clicks. So that was nice. That was a big upgrade. And then the other thing that I got today was I took my Forgotten Power physical skill from 20 to 25. So that's what I did today. And I've been looking for other things to do, but yeah, I need artifacts. I've got a list. So yeah, I'm working on +7 artifacts. I need my +5 radiant circlet, my mentee. Oh, I guess I can take that red cats off my list because that's done. Um, Getting my atlas to +12, a ruler's authority belt, and blessed Antharis. Those are the things I'm working on right now. Oh yeah, here. So look at what this has: 15% P attack, and then 10% for critical damage of basic attacks, and +5 skill power. It didn't have. It had 5% of each less of the P attack and critical damage, and it had no skill power before. So this was a big upgrade, which was nice. Oh, and then I also got earlier this week. I also picked up my R110 skill, max energy. So that was a pretty big one too. But yeah, there's just not a whole lot of stuff out there. So I don't know what they're going to do. There was a lot of people that joined and then picked up all the items, and now the market's really bare. What can we even upgrade? 700 necklace packs for +1% P attack. Yeah, no. No thanks. That's not worth it. Although the Khalils, I've got 10. Could make that a superior. Let's see what Crystals of Dawn are. I need 28 of them. $2 billion. So that's 5 billion. We're looking at like over 10 billion to just turn that into a radiant or a superior. Not worth it. Somebody I was talking to needed fists. 130 billion for +13 bloody. That's not bad. If you get level 10 skill power artifact, then yeah, shred. Well, yeah, I have that, but I have the 11% skill power one, so Crystal Dawn is 1.5 to 1.7 on Naya. Ugh. Well, here's the thing. You can also buy it from the store. So, where is it? You can buy it for 600 Eisenhud coins. Coinses. So you can get those here. So, yeah, I need a bunch of them. 38 times 600. So it's a lot of money. Lots to do. All right, let's go. Yeah, the market's just, it's empty. Everything's empty. You know, there's not a lot of people that have a lot of stuff. It's kind of a bummer. Any target. Well, we're less than 27% of the way to level 111. So that's pretty awesome. Really can't complain too much about that. We're moving in the right direction, which is nice. Just taking the mobs away from everybody. It's awesome. Well, all right, friends. I've been streaming for over 3 hours now, I think. Or about, yeah, just about 3 hours. So I'm getting pretty tired. Do you get a lot of money? Do you get a lot more for your money on core? Oh, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. The gear that I have on here is more than I had on Chronos, and I spent a 10th. So there you go. Yeah, not it goes a lot further on core by quite a bit. But like I said, the market's really thin now, so trying to get all the things that I have is not an easy task. So It was, but that doesn't mean it's going to stay that way. It may even get worse. It's moving in the direction of what it looks like on Core and Chronos. I don't know if it's going to continue on that path or not, but I don't know. You invested too much on Naya to move. Are you under... Well, I'm not going to say what I had, but I'll tell you. Yeah. I had a lot on Chronos over the 4 years I played. I thought that too until I started here month 1 and was like, wow, I can get all this stuff for this much money? Holy crap. Now I'm convinced, so yeah, that's not yeah, the NA servers are insane when it comes to cost of things. Money goes a lot further on Core. Well, alright friends, I think this was good. We've been on for almost 3 hours, or about 3 hours, so this is pretty awesome. I enjoyed my time, I hope you guys did too. I've left the restriction. You're 106 and spent 1,000 already. Your gear is 4 times worth it. So just to be fair, that money that you spent on Naya is about what I spent here. So yeah, you can see what I have. You obviously know what the items are, and I've spent that here, and I'm 110. So alright friends, I hope you've enjoyed this episode. This was a lot of fun. I know we had some technical difficulties at the beginning, so there'll be 2 of these episodes. That's okay. If you haven't joined the Discord, please do so. It's super helpful. It's awesome to hang out with you guys. Thanks for watching, everybody. I do appreciate it. Let's do some shout outs. Let's see, recent subscribers. Actually, well, obviously, Ben Crab, huge thanks to you for new membership today. Is amazing. Let's take a look. Charlie Mitchell. Oh, these are some of the same people that I've seen before. Let's see, the last 7 days. Nobody has done the last 7 days. Alright, I guess we'll just kind of pick some in the last 90 days. Mexico. Let's see. Not Google. Well, that's good. Dang da me. Min. Awesome. Thank you. Is this Colin? Sounds like Colin. Pavel Male. Bentar Cruz. Neo Geo. Reynolds Grevas. And again, thanks for Ben Crab for joining the memberships. It's amazing. You'll now have access to some of my restricted sections on my Discord, so thanks again. It's amazing hanging out with all you guys. Anna, oh man, yeah, I'm wrapping up. I've been on for like 3 hours, so you'll be able to watch the playback, but sorry, yeah, I'm getting kind of tired. But yeah, the playback will be up. I don't turn them off anymore. I just leave them live, and then I go set stuff afterwards. So there'll be 2 parts to this one. There's a part 1 and a part 2, mainly because the stream got all messed up, and I thought the game almost crashed, and then hung my computer for a minute, and I had to restart everything. But as always, friends, take care and be well. Enjoy your weekend, everybody.